right, we in the building. AC Sports Live. Fresh after the Laker game. Lakers move on. They are now the 7th seed. Will play the Memphis Grizzlies, I believe, on Sunday. If not Sunday, it'll be Saturday. But as Lakers fans can rest easy, they are in the playoffs, which is always a good thing. AC Sports Live, Tuesday night. Glad I could jump on tonight real quick. A lot on the docket. A lot going on today. Let's pull it up. Let's get through it. It's a lot. The end of a career for UD Haslam in Miami. Finally, The Rock has come back to Miami to retire UD. Jimmy Mack in the house. Grizz don't want that matchup. Lakers don't either. The Lakers, man. Lakers fans, y'all should be real nervous. My girl Prella said, I am nervous right now when she said the Laker game is in OT versus the Go-Bearless and the dude that broke his hand, defensive guy. He wasn't playing. And Anthony Edwards played like me. 2 for 15 or whatever he was. He stunk it up today. Wow. All right, so play-in game, play-in tournament, if you want to call it that. I think it's kind of soft if you ask me. You're either in the 8th place and you're not. They're letting 10th, 9th, 8th, and 7th playoff team wannabes play in because they thought it wasn't fair for a team to be in the 8th seed, whatever their reasoning was. It's not Dad's NBA. But it is what it is. The NBA playing explained. I believe Mike Stafford explains it pretty well on his show. I actually have it broken down. It is simply 7th seed. First games of the tournament, you'll see the 7th and the 8th seed playing against each other. And then the winner automatically becomes a playoff team. So the Lakers are in. They have a 7-game series with the Memphis Grizzlies and John Morant and crazy Dylan Brooks and Jaren Jackson Jr. Now, the loser from tonight's game, the Minnesota Timberwolves, will go play the winner of seed 9 and 10 for the last playoff spot, if that makes any sense. The losers of the 7 and 8 matchup have a chance. So the Wolves aren't out of it yet. They still have a chance. They'll play the winner of those 2 games, and then we'll see who they get. So right now, if they win versus the winner of the 9 and 10 seed, they will go play against the Nuggets. So your consolation prize is to play against the number 1 team in the West. Same thing goes for the East. With the Hawks beating the Heat, they are now the 7th seed. So in the Eastern Conference, you had Miami, number 7, the Hawks are number 8. The Raptors are 9, the Bulls are 10. So the winner of the Raptors-Bulls game play against the Hawks Friday night. In the West, the Lakers have sealed their deal. They are now going to be the 7th seed playing against the Grizzlies, and the Wolves will play against the winner of the Pelicans and the Thunder. So pick your poison. This would have been a topic of discussion. The way Anthony Edwards played tonight, my God. It looked like he was point shaving. He played so bad. Which will allow me to jump into a topic down a list of tanking versus being smart. I'm not going to prelude to that topic just yet, but the way people play, when someone plays as bad as Anthony Edwards played tonight, you almost have to look at him and investigate what's going on, my man. But he made that layup late, so I guess he wasn't tanking that much, but he could not buy a shot. I'm not sure why he kept shooting threes. That's bad basketball. But the Lakers should be ashamed of themselves letting the game go to overtime versus an undermanned Timberwolves team. Jimmy Mack said, it's not hard to figure out, but it's dumb to do because it makes the regular season hot potato for those 6 through 10 spots, where as long as you stay there in the regular, you get an opportunity. So it prevents a prolonged period of tanking to ensure high draft picks. The process that the Dallas Mavericks are under investigation for. So I might as well just jump ahead. Tanking versus being smart. And I'm sure Mac will have an opinion on this. Some of our buddies in our sports talk group will have an opinion on this. At some point, you have to be realistic and honest with yourself. Even in the play-in game, you're playing for an opportunity to go on in the playoffs. But do you want to play against a bad matchup if you can dictate that? Would the Lakers rather play against the Nuggets or the Grizzlies? Or you just want to get in and let the chips fall where they may? Max said he has no opinion on that subject. I thought it was wild that there is an investigation because the Mavericks began to tank and they still had a chance to make the playoffs. But the Mavericks know this squad is not going to win a championship. So they mailed it in. Is this any different than a team knowing that they're not going to win this game by the third quarter in basketball, sometimes in the fourth quarter of football games, maybe at halftime of a football game, you begin to sit your starters because there's no way we're going to win. Or you go into the game with backups to give your starters a break. How much different is that than tanking? We're not trying to win this game because I'm putting my best players on the court. Sometimes, as an assistant coach, I used to get mad at the head coach. Why won't we do X, Y, and Z? The coach would say, because this game is over. We don't want to get anybody hurt. Let's run the football and run the clock out. In my heart of hearts, we still got a chance. If there's time on the clock, let's throw the ball. Let's do some trickery. Let's try to get these guys excited about something. But sometimes just being smart, understanding you have more games to play, a lot of more season to go. But in the case of the Mavericks, they can be in trouble. They could lose their draft position. If it is found, I'm not sure how they're going to detect it. I'm not sure how they're going to prove. I'm not sure how they're going to say this is any different than Popovich resting his starters mid-season. DNP didn't play. Coach's decision. Gamesmanship. Even in the playoffs in the 80s and 90s, you see a team just not having it that night. And the coach just pulls the starters. We're not going to win tonight. Or a team that's 3-0 and is not playing up to par, and they get a gentleman's sweep. Give up a game. There's a conspiracy theory that teams always give up games in the playoffs because the more games we play, the more money we make. Owners don't mind Game 7. More money. So how different is tanking than being smart? Doc Rivers and my Philadelphia 76ers tanked to get Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons and Markelle Fultz. That's the process. So the Mavericks received serious criticism from both the NBA fans and the league. They retired the season, conceded the loss, waved the white flag, as they say, purposefully losing their last game when they have Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic, and several other players that are capable of winning a game against the Chicago Bulls. So that loss officially eliminated them from the playoff play-in chance. And that's what the play-in is for, according to Jimmy Mack and the media, is to prevent tanking, prevent teams saying we're out of it by the All-Star break, so why not just mail it in to get a higher draft pick. They asked Doc Rivers, because they were notorious for what they did to get the guy they have now. So it improves their odds in first round draft pick rights, which will go to the New York Knicks if it falls outside the top 10. So it's just pure gamesmanship, strategy. So asking Doc Rivers and the Sixers how they felt about it, Doc Rivers says his comments after being asked if there's anything to do about teams like the Mavericks purposefully losing games. Doc Rivers' response was, "How dare you?" In response to that question, alluding to the process. The 76ers process is just not waiting for Embiid to be the MVP, as he should win the MVP this year. In my opinion, as a fan and as an outside looking in, he's earned it. But to get the process going, the Sixers, in the mid to late 2010s, focused on losing as many games as possible to accumulate draft picks, to accumulate draft position, to end up with high value on the cap, draft capital. So this is nothing new. NFL, we see it. It backfired this year for the Houston Texans. When they told Lovie Smith he was holding the spot, he said, "All right, I got something for you. I'm going to win this game. And you no longer have the first pick of the draft." The gamesmanship is not a secret. Now, proving it as a blatant tank, good luck. Good luck with that. So the NBA playoffs will begin officially Saturday and Sunday. It just gets better in the playoffs, man. It's like meaningful. It's like the NBA version of March Madness. Tonight's game was awesome. Unnecessarily awesome. Thanks to Anthony Davis and his dumb foul. Those clutch free throws by Mike Conley. How good was Mike Conley? And that's why you bring in vets, man. You can count on the vets. Izzy Adesanya is back. He got his retribution, as Shannon Sharp would say. "I want my retribution." He got his revenge versus Alex Pereira. If you didn't see it, jab, overhand right, hammer, game time. It was crazy. I was very entertained. I mean, I was excited even about the celebration. He said he told y'all he was petty. He went to the 3-arrow, finish him. Having some technical difficulties. I'm just glad it's working a little bit. And then he went to the drop dead impersonation to Pereira's son and made him cry. This is Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark 2.0 on steroids. Israel put hands on Alex and jumped up and gave him to finish him. 3 of them, and said the punch came from the gods. It was incredible. If you haven't watched it, I'm pretty sure you can find it on YouTube. There's a bunch of people downloading it and showing it. Here are the 2 punches if you hadn't seen it. If you haven't seen it, hopefully it works. All right, so we got half my screen working. There you go. All right, so to Alex Pereira's defense, he's a kickboxer. And his chin is not where it needs to be. His grappling skills are not where they need to be. This is essentially his only, 6th fight? 7th fight? And Israel made quick work of him and showed great poise in his crab stance to block 2 punches, load up, hit him with the overhand right after a nice jab, used the fence for leverage and hit him again. Came straight down on the hammer. Game time. My definition of great, man, is not necessarily undefeated. Greatness is overcoming adversity. He avenged a loss. Not sure why that video is acting like that. He avenged a loss. I believe he lost to him 3 times. Twice in kickboxing. And the first time in the octagon. So shout out to Izzy. True champion. Incredible action-packed fight. The first fight went 5 rounds, which was very fun to watch as well. And Alex caught him in the 5th round. Whereas Izzy was clearly ahead on the scorecards if they had gone the distance. But Izzy got caught. Alex, being the bigger man, stronger man, knocked Izzy out in the 5th round. And Izzy, being the dog that he is, came right back. Got a dub. Convincing dub. Got his belt back. Shout out to Izzy, middleweight champ of the world. In the GOAT conversation. Once again. Suffered a couple of losses, but he avenged those losses by coming back and making some noise. Shout out to Izzy. Trash talk. I wanted to have a segment with my girl Dizzle Harley, Don Scruggs, but I didn't have a chance to produce the segment. But I would speak on the double standard in trash talk briefly, since we just saw Israel Adesanya doing basically the trash talk with his gestures and his pre-fight and Alex's pre-fight jargon back and forth. And then we go to see Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. But it seems like the only people that have a problem with it are the media and fans of the people who are getting trash talk too. The Karens and Kevins of the world are still mad about Caitlin Clark losing to LSU and having a problem with Angel Reese's celebration The You Can't See Me, Tony Yayo, Ring Me. But is it okay that Israel does his theatrics after demolishing his opponent? It's okay when a male fighter demonstrates his joy and exuberance after a fight with gestures and trash talk, but women aren't. It's not ladylike to talk trash. I love it. I think more trash should be talked. I want to have my other homegirl on here, Anna Powell, who was a basketball player in Long Beach in the early 90s or late 80s. And she'll tell you trash talk is a way of life. It's part of the game. And shout out to Caitlin Clark, who said Angel Reese earned the right to talk that trash. She not tripping off that trash. Caitlin Clark gets an invite to the barbecue. She knows it's a two-way street. Brett, Empire Sports Network homeboy, I don't have an issue with the Mavericks pulling their players to try and protect their pick. A top 10 pick at this point means more to them than getting blown out in the play-in. That's gamesmanship. That's smart. That's securing your future. Why is there an investigation? We know what they did. You set healthy players to ensure your loss. Now, if those backups would have won, so be it. And that's the difference between basketball and football. Football, you're not going to get players to tank. The backups are going to play hard because you're trying to get some film. You're trying to get your next contract. If you're already not getting playing time and you finally get some playing time and the coach is not trying to win, you're still going to win. You ever seen a blowout game in high school? A team is going to score 100, so you put third and fourth string guys in. They're not going to take a knee. They're trying to score. So tanking is not as easy as it sounds. Even if you go in the locker room for a basketball game and say, hey man, we're not trying to win this game. You can't say that. You can say we're not trying to get hurt. Let's get out of here healthy. Let's not worry about breaking the scoreboard. Let's just make sure we're healthy. But I get you, Brad. Appreciate you, man, tuning in. We are broadcasting live. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Here on AC Sports Live, 1585 show, and the Empire Sports Network. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with your boy. Sha'Carri Richardson, baby girl, just ran, I believe, the third fastest 100 by a female ever, even though it was wind aided. 10.5. So FloJo's 10.4 is now in jeopardy because young ladies are running 10.5 and 10.6. That is a perfect start or a smoother transition or a calculated transition speed burst in breath, lean at the tape. It's that close. My hope, whenever I see a time like that, and whenever I see pictures, like, it's like poetry in motion to watch Sha'Carri run. But whenever I see crazy numbers like that, I hate that I think this way. I'm sorry. But I think juice. I hope she's not juicing. And I'm sure I'm going to get some backlash for saying that. But look at her shoulders. She's always been kind of stocky. Even, let's see if I got a picture of her at LSU. Or did I not bring it in? She was a lot softer. And I know she's a professional now. So she hits the weights a little bit harder. But she went from running 11-3, 11-1, 10-9 to 10-5. That is like state champion boys in California times. What everybody is saying, what's she gonna do when this queen comes to town? This is my favorite sprinter right here, Shelly Ann Fraser-Pryce from Jamaica. She's the one. You still got Sharika Jackson and a couple others, but Shelly Ann Fraser-Pryce is the one. So when they race, look for records to be broken. Will they beat FloJo's 10-4? I don't know, Jimmy Mack. But if they do, after the drug tests have been administered and they're clean, we may have some new world records. And I'm all here for it. My skepticism is because body composition. The girl had a vein in her right arm bigger than Schwarzenegger's, man. And her shoulders are cut up. She's looking like a fitness model more than a track star. So I pray that she's on yams, creatine, everything except the banned substances. Somebody said, I believe my man on a sports network says she's on that undetectable. I hope she clean. My Tender Love segment this week. Let's crank it up. Tender Love. Isaiah Thomas. Michael Jordan called you a name 20 years ago. And you say, he called me an a-hole 20 years ago. So you want a public apology. Then you said, if you didn't mean it, apologize to me on national TV. But if you did mean it, so be it. Zeke, that's Michael Jordan. He meant it, and you're not getting no apology. So let it go. Let it go. Michael Jordan is a jerk. You know he a jerk. That's how he started crying on his own documentary, because they're like, hey man, I know I'm a jerk, but I want to win. And if you don't want to win, that's on you. So don't be tender about it, man. Let it go. Hey, you know who else is back on the Tender Love report? KD. KD's response regarding today's era being tough and the 80s and 90s not being as tough as people say. He claims that the NBA in the 80s and 90s were more physical than today's game. He doesn't agree with that statement. He says, I go back and watch a lot of those 90s films, 80s stuff, and they play physical, but I just think they got away with a lot of flagrant fouls. Man, today's game is so non-hands-on. I know Gilbert Arenas said what he said. Today's guys are way more athletic, and Grant Hill was a prototype. How do you guard somebody like that? You guard them with your chest and your feet and beating them up within the rules of the game of that day. Today's rules are different. I have my resident referees, Rodney Saucier, Rogers Jr. III, Anthony C&Q Carter, my resident refs, said, yeah, we have to ref the game differently. How do you ref when the game is just mad physical? I even got Lazarian, what's up, bro? Big Fred, what's up, Big Fred? I know you happy LeBron and them pulled it out. I know you ready to go beat Anthony Davis up. I know that much. Go get your boy AD. AD out here set tripping, man. That game should have been over in regulation. Kevin Durant. I found some video of some hard fouls in the 80s and 90s. And to Kevin Durant's response, it was a different day. On this foul, Andrew Bynum just pretty much retires from basketball. Whatever he was going through. This foul, the mild-mannered Derek Fisher gives a unsuspecting screen the work. This play, Bruce Bowen kicks dude in the face. Talk about clothesline. This is basically a rock bottom or an RKO out of nowhere. Yeah, these are flagrant fouls. But I think if you know you're going to get fouled hard, that discourages soft play. Or as you once said, don't bring that soft mess up in here. KD, you know what tender looks like? This is real tender right here, KD. You gotta explain this, bro. I know Trae Young is small and pocket size, and you like, you know, but this is a little too snuggly, man. You snuggling up too much, man. Get off of him. You grabbing him. You hugging on him. You're in his space, man. It's kind of tender, KD. It's not very macho, KD. Get off of him. Stall him out. Get off my tender love list. KD, man. Would you have liked to play in the 90s? The 80s? With Charles Barkley? Anthony Mason? Antonio Davis? All them roughnecks of that day? Them dudes was bullies, man. Rick Mahorn, Bill Laimbeer, Vinny Microwave Johnson, Joe Dumars, Johnson. This is just the Pistons. This is just the bad boy Pistons, period. You come in the lane soft, you going down. All right, man. My 2 cents. Oh, man. Somebody please. Where is my... Dylan Brooks is slowly becoming my favorite watch. Not for his play, but his antics This dude is comedy. What is wrong with this dude? He got the hair pressed. He got the Lokes on. He got the DB chain on. And the mink coat. Is it a mink? I can't tell. My technology's messing. But you see what I'm saying. Dylan Brooks. He different, man. He's taking this Rodman thing to the next level. I actually kind of like it. It's entertaining. And the Memphis Grizzlies are becoming that team. The Lakers got to see this team next. The Lakers got to deal with this fool next. I don't know, Freddie. Does LeBron feel like dealing with this dude who says LeBron don't like to go left, so I'm going to make him go left? He got his hair pressed, man. He looking like Goldie. He looking like Priest and Superfly. He is a piece of work. This dude's hilarious, man. Dylan Brooks, bro. The Lakers got to deal with this dude. Off the chain, man. This dude is hilarious. I don't even like take him seriously, but you can't help but watch him. You don't know what he's gonna do. Dude is bat crazy, man. Refs going wild. I gotta get my guys on, man. I gotta get my referees on because we saw some crazy stuff recently. I see what's going on with the refs in baseball, in basketball. They caught a call tonight on LeBron on a loose ball. I thought loose balls are loose balls, inadvertent contact. So I got referees calling technical fouls on Kawhi Leonard. And then throwing out man in the same breath. Let me see if I have footage of that. We can see it. I don't know if I have that. But what's going on, man? Do refs have like childhood memory problems? Like, I believe they teed up Caitlin Clark in the championship game. The number one ticket sales, the number one player in the country. So Kawhi gets fouled and won, no call. And not only does he tee up Kawhi, he throws man out the game. And he has that look on his face like anybody else wants some. I know refs have to set the tone for how the game's going to be played. But it's clear Kawhi was fouled. I mean, he got arm locked. No call. Come on, man, make that call. That's all he said. Teed him up. Throw man out the game. All right, that's one instance. How about the media darling, Caitlin Clark? Do you really call this on Caitlin Clark? Championship game, Iowa, LSU, play over with, ball bouncing, she tosses it. There was no ref asking for it. She tossed it out of bounds. Yeah, it could be seen as disrespect, but it wasn't directly pointed towards a ref. She hit the ball out of bounds. Welcome to the league. This one, Phillies catcher JT Ramuto in the preseason game. This one was really like, I'm not sure if I have footage, but I had the story. If you didn't see it, I believe the Phillies pitcher and catcher were not happy with the call the ump made, and there was a ball, either ground ball, foul ball. The ump was supposed to give the catcher JT the ball, and JT closed his mitt before the ump put it in his mitt and made him look like you missed and threw him out the game. Come on, man. Come on, refs. Come on, refs. Y'all doing too much. Let them play. Let them play. I saw something else that came down my line. I don't know if this was that big of a deal. I know it was interesting, somewhat scary. College linebacker at Kentucky, J.J. Weaver. Bro got 6 fingers on his right hand, and got special gloves made. He was born with an extra finger. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I'm glad he's using his position, his fame, to help the kids who have the same condition. It's nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, it could be seen as an advantage. He's going to take fingertip catches to the whole other level. More is better. Now you had to get specially made gloves that have the 6th finger. I think that's kind of scary, man. I think this guy's an alien. This guy's from another planet. If he had 4 fingers, it would barely be just as weird. But seeing a cat with 6, that's scary. He start counting on you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You be like, oh snap. I don't know how I feel about it, man. He'd be like, give me 5, high 5. And he'd be like, high 6. Shout out to J.J. Weaver, playing through adversity. He probably catching interceptions, fingertip interceptions, and they be like, yo, that's not fair at all. My man got more fingers than we do. He got 11 fingers. We all got 10. He got 11. Not fair at all. All right, man. All right. Let me put the audio on. I'm going to need some audio from this one to play from my phone. Hopefully it plays through. All right. So I've always had my favorite videos, man. There's some funny videos. I think social media, one thing it does bring is laughter and joy. On top of all the negativity and ugliness, there are some funny videos out there. There's a video out there now for a little kid pretending to be, I think, one of the feed the children kids, and then he starts laughing. All right, so if you haven't seen it, and this is not my funniest video, this is just a sample of some of the funniest videos I've seen recently. Some of the videos are just classic, and they always make the list. But some of the funniest videos, this little boy still makes me laugh.
$1 bill, 1/4 and 2 pennies. How much money does he have?
You seen it.
Jaden broke.
This little bad little boy right here.
Jaden has $1 bill.
Jaden had $1 bill. His voice alone.
How much money does he have? Jaden broke.
All right, so videos like this
Jaden has $1 bill.
just warm my heart.
1/4 and 2 pennies. How much money? How much money does
That's the kind of kid who come to school
Jaden
every day.
broke.
All right, so that's
Jaden has $1 bill, one
That's-
quarter, and 2 pennies.
that's Jaden broke. Let me cancel one of these programs that's out trying to slow down my stream. Oh, it's not up there. I might have to close Google Chrome. Force quit. I don't need any interference at this point. All right, that should clear me up. All right, so I'm sure y'all seen this commercial. Let them have it.
Frankie and Johnny Furniture is having a sale.
Another
right
one.
now, you can buy 3 complete rooms of furniture for only $699 with only $250 down. Just $50 down on select items will put you in a great
I
bedroom
think I might have messed it up.
or living room set today with no problem.
Let's see if it plays. Is
Frankie and Johnny Furniture is having a sale. Right now, you can buy 3 complete rooms of furniture for only $699 with only $250 down. Just
1 second. It's worth the wait. I promise you.
Frankie and Johnny Furniture is having a sale. Right now, you can buy 3 complete rooms of furniture for only $699 with only $250 down. Just $50 down on select items will put you in a great bedroom set or living room set today with no problem. All senior citizens get a 10% discount. Bad credit or no credit, no problem. Are you on welfare or Social Security? Are you newlyweds? No problem. Come see us.
I say, this is Frankie and Johnny's, a place that lets you have it with no problem. I'd like to buy a bedroom set.
Do you have any credit?
No, I receive Social Security and welfare.
You have to see the special man.
Let her have it. With no problem.
I like to buy a living room set.
Do you have any credit?
No,
Why?
I filed bankruptcy.
You have to see the special man.
Let her have it. With no problem.
I say, see Frankie and Johnny, easy credit man in town for only $50 down. They can put you in a living room set, a bedroom set today. See the special man.
I got the $50.
Let her have it. With no problem.
I got it with no problem.
Oh my God. I mean, who's producing these commercials, man? He said, you need to see a special man. And this is the little boy that I was referring to. This is my favorite video right now. And it's sports related because they put the 49ers fans after losing to Garoppolo to the Raiders. It's bad little boys like this. Whenever I play this, my wife says, stop. He said, all right, so I have a new funniest video, even funnier than this kid. It's sweeping the internet. And all right, so I'll come back to that one. This is y'all. I want y'all to meet. I want y'all to meet Big Pookie. Big Pookie. Big Pookie is playing baseball. Big Pookie should be playing 3 technique somewhere.
Yeah, they daydream about David K. They will live. Come on, you
Big
better
Pookie.
hit it this time, Big Pookie. Let go. Let go, Big Pookie. Let's go, Big Pookie.
And his people ain't making it no better, man. Big Pookie. Big Pookie got it. Come on, Big Pookie. Come on, Big Pookie. Oh no, Big Pookie.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, let's go, Big Pookie. They can't mess with you, player. Hell yeah, we in here, baby.
Oh man, why they do Big Pookie like this, man? Why they do Big Pookie like this?
You better get in line, get you a cheeseburger.
Get him a cheeseburger, they said.
Ooh, you done earned it now, Big
They
Pookie.
said give him a cheeseburger.
They can't mess with you.
Hey, and then somebody went ahead And of course, they gonna make fun of Big Pookie. So what sliding at home plate should look like versus what Big Pookie doing. So you got Trey Turner with the slide and the Big Pookie with the ACL tear. Let's see if it cleans up if I put it just on the screen just alone. Big Pookie versus Trey Turner. Unreal, man. Oh no, Big Pookie. Big Pookie. Here's here to you, Big Pookie. You are the funniest video of the week. Funniest video of the week goes to Big Pookie. Alright, man. How much time I got left? I got 4 minutes. Alright, so my sports flicks was the Great Brady Heist. If you haven't seen it, I believe you can stream it. I believe it was on Fox Sports West. Very interesting documentary. Remember that Super Bowl where they say we can't find Tom Brady's jersey? They found the person who stole Tom Brady's jersey, and they made a documentary about it. And come to find out, this same dude stole Von Miller's helmet in the previous Super Bowl when the Broncos won it. And it came down to Tom Brady pressing charges or not. So Tom Brady, being the good guy that he is, did not press charges versus this young man who stole Manuel Ortega, steals TB12 Super Bowl jersey twice. And they go to this man's house, and he has all this paraphernalia, signed, not signed, selfies with star athletes. He's the ultimate fan. Gets a slap on the hand and says he was just obsessed. He couldn't help himself. Crazy story. Interesting that they have hundreds of cameras at the Super Bowl. So they had the tracker find him and watch him when he left the field to go to the locker room to steal Tom Brady's jersey after the game. Crazy story. Check it out. Brady, the Great Brady Heist. Pretty cool. My last segment, my final take. Parents, are we too hard on our kids? I saw a video on, I believe it was on TikTok or was it Instagram, and it was a video of a father teaching his son how to hit a baseball. And it was a fine line between instilling toughness in your child and abuse. So you see the young boy crying because he just hit the ball and his fingers got crossed up and it hurt.
Pick your bat up.
Dad says pick your bat up.
Stand in the house. Find your technique.
Find your technique. And the boy commences to hit shots. He's hitting nukes. He's hitting bombs. And his finger still hurts. The comment section.
Find your piece.
Find your piece.
You think anybody cares that it hurts? Nobody cares. Who cares?
Nobody cares, Dad says.
And that means you can control it.
Only person that cares is you. So the comment section
You can hold it, but you
went
crying
ballistic.
about it, ain't gonna fix it. You understand me? Find your peace. Take a deep breath. Find your peace.
So us parents, no matter your stance on this young man's parenting technique, that's his child. And it's his job to raise his child to deal with adversity, to deal with pain. He is a little guy, and I'm sure his finger did hurt. But his father knew the extremity was fine, that his finger would be fine, and that he probably has dealt with this with that same little boy before. And he's trying to instill some toughness into his own child. But the comment section went crazy to the point where they wanted to call child abuse. They wanted to say, let that baby go get some ice for his finger. Why are you making him continue to hit? Why would you not go see if his hand was okay? It could be broken. All that could be true. But the boy grabbed the bat, went to his technique, and commenced to hit that ball with force. So the dad was right that his son was not injured. His son is at a point in his life where he uses crying and whining and pouting to get someone to at least kind of like empathize with his pain. But the life lesson the dad is teaching his son is that if it's not really hurt, if you're not truly injured, if you're just hurt and not injured, suck it up. This world is hard enough. No one's going to care if you're a little bit hurt. And it goes about feelings as well. If your feelings are hurt, you feel disrespected, you feel like the world's against you, the man's holding you down. The world does not care how you feel. If you are hurt, walk it off, shake it off, keep grinding. If you're injured, sit out, go get some help. Tell somebody you need help. But you have to know the difference between injured and hurt. Literally and figuratively. In life, pick your battles. Sometimes you just got to chalk it up. It's an L. Other times it's worth fighting for. This lesson this little boy learned from his dad that day is that sometimes it might hurt a little bit, but you can continue to move forward. And his dad had confidence in him, that he was stronger than he believed in himself. So he talked him through a setback and got him back on track. With technique, he didn't scream at the little boy. He gave him a technique to get beyond his dilemma. So I commend that dad. He knows his son. He pushed his son's buttons. He didn't scream at him. He didn't demean him. He just said, nobody cares about your tears. There is a time and place to cry. If you are really hurt and injured, cry, son. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you are not truly injured, if your character was truly not destroyed, if your feelings are just hurt, you gotta let that go. Around this resurrection time, we had resurrection on Sunday. Nobody was beaten. Nobody was disrespected. Nobody has been treated worse than Yeshua was on the cross. They beat him all day. They beat him for 12 hours. They tried to kill him for nothing. He did nothing except tell the people who he was. he grinded. He kept moving forward. Eventually, he died for our sins. If you keep that in mind, you'll grind through your little aches and pains, your little disrespect. Keep that perspective. All right. All right. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with your boy. This is AC Sports Live. Tuesday night, the 11th day of April 2023. I really appreciate you guys. Big Freddie, Lazarian, Jimmy Mack, anybody else that came through that didn't shout out. It's okay. Big Brett, appreciate you. Kind of slow night. Lakers squeak out a win. Dodgers, I believe, around 500. I believe they're starting off really slow. I haven't got that far into the season in depth about the roster. Next week, we go into Dodgers update and see what we look like. I believe our bullpen is still struggling. Our starting pitching is struggling. I know Julio Urias is doing well. He's 3-0, I believe. But it's an early, long season. NBA playoffs are popping. WNBA, shout out to Leah Boston being the #1 pick in the WNBA draft. We probably got to go over that. I think Mac and I need to go ahead and start up 1585 again now that we got some stuff to talk about. But I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all have a wonderful, blessed day tomorrow being Wednesday and the rest of the week. I'll holler at y'all next time. I'm AC. This is AC Sports Live. I'm out here like last year. Peace out. Peanuttles, anybody? Peanuttles going once, going twice. Out of here. Peace.